A bicycle repair kit for 89 cents? What the heck is going on? Folks, it's Joe Ditzel. I'm back. I'm not on my bike this time. I'm back in my multi-million-dollar TV studio. And today we're going to talk about this gift that I got from a neighbor. And we're going to explain why it represents the childhood of so many baby boomers. So before we get into all of that, all of this stuff about baby boomers and bike repair kits and everything else, how are you doing? I hope everything is good in your world. Let's get right into it. So anyway, he would see me, this neighbor, riding all the time back and forth. So he gives me this. So let me give you a little color on that, little context. He's a really old guy, or he appears to be old to me. He may not be. I mean, I'm 27, but just because I've lived a hard life, I look to be much older, maybe even 30 years older. So you never know. But he gives me this Dorsey Bike Pals, Dorsey, D-O-R-C-Y, Bike Pals tube repair kit. And it says, yeah, hey, if you never need to repair your bike, I always see on your bike, hey, here is a flat, bike tube flat repair kit, in case you ever have any problem. And, yeah, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, hey, thanks, you know. And then I notice that it looks like something that would have been produced. It looks like a product from 1975 when I was in high school. And so, by the way, I had to look because I was fascinated to see if Dorsey is still a company, because I know this is from 1968 or 1970 or something right in there. Maybe the 80s, but I doubt it. So I looked up Dorsey.com. Listen to this. In 1962, they started in the flashlight and battery business. Then they, oh yeah, here it is. That was 1952. In 1960, a very good year, they formed the Dorsey Company from the flashlight business. I don't know. This is on Dorsey.com, to market bicycle accessories to Kmart. And then they were later acquired. There was some shimmy going on, and by 1990 they restructured the business to sell batteries and flashlights only. So they got out of the bike tube repair kit business, and accessories were bye-bye. Fascinating, but I also wanted to make sure I didn't slag them too bad. So this is such a fascinating product from the 1970s or whenever this came out, because it says so much. If you're young, you would not believe the products they would sell you that could possibly maim and kill you, but were regularly sold to children and teenagers. Just as an example, they used to sell a product called the Lawn Dart. Now, in some cities and some products, they're called jarts. Basically, it was a killing machine. No, it was a weighted. Like a giant dart. You know how you play darts at the bar or whatever? It was like a giant dart with a point that was a 4 to 6 inch sharpened front part, and then plastic fins were like the feathers that you would see on a regular dart, and then it had a handle, and they were heavy, relatively heavy, so that you could throw them. So you'd throw it underhand and toward your opponent. And it lands in the ground effectively, like it did its job. It'd go boing. And I think there used to be a ring, and you would try to hit it in the ring. I'm not sure. But there was also the possibility that it would enter into the heart area of your brother or friend or sister or parent or your dog, and it would kill them. Now, did that happen to anybody I know? No. But why were they selling basically giant killing darts to kids? Well, the thing is, that was the norm back in those days. We could go on and on about all the killer products, but this is an interesting, because this is the way, when I first got into bikes when we were kids, this is the kind of tube repair kit you'd see. So here's what you get for, by the way, 89 cents, $7.99, something like that, and only like 3.5 rating on Amazon. I don't know about Target.com. Probably it's about the same. So this, by the way, this is not just for bicycles. This is a tube repair kit for all kinds of products. Bicycle tube, raincoat. Now what are you doing in the rain that you're getting holes in your raincoat that need to be patched? Air mattress, okay, I can understand that. And rubber boots. Yeah, rubber boots. Okay, so let's accept that. Warning, injurious to eyes. Contains paradichlorobenzene and oil of mustard. Avoid contact with eyes and mucous membranes and prolonged skin contact. For eye contact, flush with water for 15 minutes. Get prompt medical attention and keep out of reach of children. All right, so for 89 cents at Hart's department store, whatever that was, you would get the cement, right? You would get, it says cement and buffer. Yeah, so this is the buffer, right, the metal part. And then you get 9 square inches of rubber patching. It's this thing. And so what you would do is, if you had well, here, I'll show you. So let me just read these repair instructions, because it'll crack you up. Clean area around injury with lighter fluid. So they're telling you to clean the area of the hole with lighter fluid, but do not use gasoline. Hey Ma, do you have any gasoline I can use to fix my tire? All right, that's number one. Number 2, buff area slightly larger than selected patch size. So if you just had let's say a 1-inch patch, you'd rough up the area, like a 2-inch wide, 2-inch area, or 1.5 inches, let's say, with that metal buffer thing. See how it's kind of scrapey? All right. Apply a very thin coat of cement to buffed area and let dry thoroughly. Do not burn the cement. Hey Dad, can I borrow the lighter you use for your pipe so that I can burn the cement? Number 4, peel off solid color plastic backing from the patch. Do not cement patch or touch prepared surface. Do not touch it. Apply patch to injury. Isn't that interesting? It's not a hole. It's an injury. All right. Working from the center outward, press out all air from under patch. So yeah, you would take your thumb or whatever and make sure you rubbed out all the air from the patch. Dust area with powder, talc, or cornstarch. I don't think we ever did that as a kid. I might, that sounds familiar, but we would never do that. We didn't do that. Nobody had any powder, talc, or cornstarch. Probably my mom had some cornstarch, but she didn't want you putting it on tires. All right. If repairing inner tubes, place tube back into tire, mount and inflate to normal pressure. Repaired object is ready for use. So that's basically it. The difference nowadays is there's no buffing. It's just, or at least in this case, at least in the case of this kit right here. All you do is sand it a little bit. That's the only scraping or scruffing you have to do. You don't need this big, this thing looks like a cheese grater. This looks like something you would use to prepare your pasta with, the cheese for your pasta. Then there's no glue, right? See, there's no glue. All you do is just peel and stick. Peel and stick that on, and then press it down, give it some pressure. But no rubber cement, or whatever this is. Yeah. And no worrying about cleaning the area around the injury with lighter fluid. No more of that. And no more worries about warnings to not use gasoline. And you don't have to worry about warnings to do not burn the cement. So I just thought it was such a perfect example of life in the 60s and 70s, possibly 80s, although I doubt it. This looks very 1970s to me. Although, what did I say? I said Dorsey is formed to market bicycle accessories to Kmart. That was in 1960s, so that follows. This is probably from the 60s. And this guy that gave this to me would have this. He's probably got 3 more of these. Oh man, the whole packaging thing, and it's coming apart. It's all yellowed and brown. I love it. Took me back. But yeah, those days they didn't have near the environmental safety and child protection laws that they have now, because if they did, every kid I knew, their parents would be in jail, including my own. I hope you're having as much fun as I am about this gosh darn tire repair kit from 1965 or 1975, one or the other. That's all I've got. I hope things are going well for you. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, because you know you want to do that. You're holding back because of pressure from society. You're not sure you want to be aligned with the product I'm putting out. But in your mind, inside, below the casing that you formed around to protect yourself from the pressures of society, the kid inside you wants to subscribe. So why not let him subscribe, and then you can worry about it later. And you know what'll happen? Nothing will happen. No one knows you subscribed. Your secret is safe with me. I'll talk to you soon.